All right. Well, anyways, this is the Anime Safe Space podcast. We're what episode? Why did I click Spotify? We're on episode 25 this week. Again, we have Hadrian with us. It's going to be a normal episode, like I said, really. So, a lot of interesting things have been happening in the last week.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Again, like I said, I don't like talking about Twitter on the podcast really because it's not that interesting. But I think this is too funny because the last time when we had Sammy on, we had mentioned that I had got a tweet that got to 100,000 likes. That same exact tweet got to 100,000 likes again that I did as a joke. And I've got a lot more followers and maybe people listening to the show. And Hadrian over here was involved with that tweet. So I just think it's kind of ironic that the same day, because it was completely coincidental too, because we've been planning on having him on for like a week. It just so happened that he happened to be a part of that tweet. It was so funny.
Yeah, just called Kazu bitchless for getting a new shell.
Yeah.
And then his cult attacked me on DMs and in all my mentions.
My Kazu clan going off. But yeah, to all the new listeners, hopefully, that we have on the pod, thank you for listening. And hopefully you guys don't drop the show. It could be a shit show, and it could also be really good. This might be a shit show, because I don't think any of us have any topics.
It will definitely be a shit show.
I think it'll definitely be a shit show. Well, Hadrian, just like last time, we need you to bring us a topic. So go for it. Hard carry.
Oh, hard carry like last time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not come with any topics this time. I'm gonna have to think for a bit.
See, you're already filling in your role as the future host of the Asscast. Like, no topics. It's just how it is.
Dude, he's fitting right in, I think.
Have you been here since
Jake,
day one?
Do you have a topic?
Of course not. What do you think?
That's true. That's what I like to hear. True Asscast host, boys. Well, I mean, I guess we can just get right into some of the questions before we get into other topics.
It fucking stopped again.
So,
I don't get it.
And Jake's fucking camera over here is just fucking up. But yeah, we can get into viewer questions already, I think, honestly. I think a lot of people want to hear their shit being answered.
All right, no video this episode. I don't care.
That's fine, dude. All right, so I think we can just go ahead and, jump into the questions. Half of them are about domestic girlfriend for some fucking reason. But, it's fine. And yeah, like I said, it's been a long time since we've had viewer questions. What do you think? We didn't do any throughout the 10s, I think. So yeah, it's been a few months.
You're making it sound like an era, the 10s.
An era? Well, yeah, I mean, the 10 through 20, because we're on episode 25 now. I don't think we've done one since episode 9, so... correct me if I'm wrong, dedicated ass fans out there, but yeah, like I said, half the questions are about domestic girlfriend for some reason. So I think we can just answer the first one. Best scene in domestic girlfriend.
Obviously, the first episode when I forgot the MC's name actually.
I forgot his name too, but when he pipes Rui, yes,
I
agree.
Well, I remember Rui, dude, because she's hot.
She's hot as hell. Rui and Hina. I mean, that's the only reason I watched the show. To be fair.
Yeah, not even no one cared, dude. Apparently, so I read that popped up domestic girlfriend when I saw the list. So I was like, I skimmed through the latest chapter. Freaking Rui's pregnant.
Did you not know how the manga ends?
Do you not know how it ends?
The manga is like a shit show the way it ends.
I know. Well,
I didn't read it to be fair, but it's a disaster, man. It's fucking crazy.
I didn't know, so. It's pretty funny.
What's her name? Doesn't Hina get hit by it?
Dude, she gets hit by a car, put into a coma, and then one of the girls comes into the room on Hina, and puts a wedding ring on her finger or something like that, and then she wakes up from her coma, and then that signifies she's gonna be with the main character basically. So she won, even though Rui has his kid. It's so fucking weird. It's such a weird ending, but Hina won, yes. But yeah, the other question here is why is Domestic Girlfriend the best anime of the last 50 years? It's actually Eromanga Sensei, but Domestic Girlfriend could be in the running.
Yeah, it's Eromanga Sensei. I mean, we've talked about it in the pod. It's literally you can't.
I have devastating news for you, by the way, Jake. We did not mention Eromanga Sensei last episode.
I think I mentioned it right after the end of the episode.
Yeah, we definitely did not bring it up. I was very devastated to find that out when I listened to it.
Oh, dang. We got to keep it. You know what? Hey, we're just on the YouTube version. We're just going to put Eromanga on there. Even though we didn't say it, it's always going to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's facts. Okay, so now we can get into some of the actual questions.
Ask him why he's
like this one.
Filipino, dude.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that is an actual question. Where is it? Oh, God, I forgot what the fuck it was. Oh yeah, why? Yeah, so Hadrian, so why are you Filipino,
Dude.
and what are you gonna do to say sorry about it? Come on, answer that.
Why am I Filipino? Because both my parents are from the Philippines.
That's not a
what
good
am I
enough
gonna
answer,
do to
dude.
say-
Yeah, you
what
gotta
am I gonna do
apologize
to
for
say
it.
sorry? I'm not gonna apologize to an idiot.
See, this is why you don't get clout. Like our boy Kazu, you know, he just gets 100,000 likes just by
I know,
getting
just by
shit on.
existing. Sorry, I just realized I've been forgetting to read out the ads, but I don't care to read out the ads for the domestic girlfriend questions. Fuck you guys. But this one was asked by Immersity. Drew, thank you. Yep. So Hadrian's apparently not going to apologize for being Filipino. I think that's pretty controversial.
No.
This is a safe space for everybody except Naruto fans, Filipinos, and who else, Jake?
I think that about covers it.
I think that covers it.
Origami.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
there was
sorry,
one
hey,
more group. Origami fans, yeah.
Already got it. Well, I mean, they're just not allowed in any group to begin with. So I mean, I don't think we
What
had
about
that
My
much.
Little Monster fans?
And My Little Monster fans, yep. But I mean, they don't deserve like a safe space anywhere on this fucking world. So
No. The thing I've been seeing lately, super straight.
Oh my goodness.
that's
was something.
that's a meme. That's just dumb.
I need to ask you, Hadrian, though. Are you super straight?
Um,
I don't think you should answer
I'm
that.
I'm normally straight. That's it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we can get into that. The actual questions now. Like I said, thank you, Drew, for that hard-hitting question. Like I said, Hadrian is going to get canceled for not apologizing for being Filipino. We'll make sure he pays for his actions. So this is actually one that I'm really interested in. This is from @YoshiKiller47. He asks, or they ask, excuse me. Sorry, we don't label here. Favorite character dynamics, and I actually kind of really like this one. So you guys have any favorite character dynamics?
Obviously, the first one that comes to mind is our Odd Jobs trio, because they literally fit every bill. They can play any character.
Odd Jobs is great.
And they're always such a joy to watch.
Yeah, like I said, I think them and their Shinsengumi, both of them, like
yeah.
simultaneously have like some of my favorite character dynamics ever. Because it's like they're all dickheads to each other, they're all terrible people, but then they're all so lovable, and some of the best fight scenes together too. And it's like, you know, like how much they care for each other, because like especially with Gentoki, he talks shit to Kagura and Shinpachi all the time, but like when it comes down to it, he sees them as his own kids and siblings, and it's like really, really heartwarming. And like that's why they're like some of the best characters in anime. I think it's because like you can't hate them. Like they're all just so lovable. It's the same with the Shinsengumi. There's a brotherhood, even with Sogo, with his beef with Hijikata. Like even though he like tries to kill him throughout the whole series and like talks so much shit to him, when it came to farewell Shinsengumi and you saw how much respect Sogo holds for Hijikata, I almost shed a tear. I was like, man, this character dynamic is awesome. So hopefully you can agree, Jake.
Yeah, I can agree with everything right there. Especially because, you know, Sogo does not want to be the captain. Because he only sees Hijikata as the captain. Which is, it's always so good whenever you see that.
Dude, it was so good, man. Well, Hadrian, you got a favorite character dynamic?
Favorite character dynamic? Mob and Reagan.
Before you go on, you cannot say anything from Magical Index.
That's
Water.
fine, that's fine.
I don't think he was going to say it anyways. I think he just likes Misaka. So.
Whoa, no. That's
Well, an
false.
accelerator. I'm sorry. I'm Misaki.
No, that's false.
I thought you were going to say, like, Misaka in your pants. That would be a great dynamic. Right there.
Okay. All right.
No, that's me, dude.
That's
That's the dynamic I want to see.
Whoa, what's up?
That is all Kazu. You should see what he says in the DMs. But if I'm being real, it's Mob and Reagan from Mob Psycho. Absolutely.
Yes.
Good one.
Absolutely love that. I'm pretty sure they're my top. I don't know if I could say top one, but they're in the running for it because, especially after the season 2, that one stretch, that one arc,
Oh, the
it
Riken
just
arc.
solidified them. Yep, that solidified them as one of my favorites. There's also in the manga for Kaguya, it's Miyuki and Ino, and then Kaguya and Shirogane.
Wait, really?
No,
You like
not
Miyuki?
sure.
I mean, they have a nice dynamic. That's just surprising, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's really cute. And then Kaguya and Ishigami, of course.
Mm.
What else? There's a bunch of ones in mono that we could easily mention. Kaiki, Senjogahara. Adaragi and Ogi. There's a bunch, but for me, my top one is Mob and Reagan, I believe.
Like I said, they had the best scene in all of Mob, I think, in episode 7. Yeah. When Reagan is exposed for being a fraud, and then Mob literally just tells him, he's like, no, you're a cool dude. And like again, there's so many nice hints in that like episode, like because I was fucking tearing up like a bitch. And then what hits the hardest, I think, is like I don't think it's like that hard to miss, but at the same time, it is like a nice little hint. It's like Mob was the only one to remember his birthday because nobody else in the show remembered his birthday except Mob and his mom. Yeah. And like I said, and the episode ends with him just telling him happy birthday, and I was like, oh damn! I was like, that shows how much they care for each other. And it's like, it's this fucking middle-aged con man and this middle schooler, and like they have like this father-son, almost but best friend like dynamic, and it's awesome to see. And Reagan's just a straight up badass. So
true. Just want to let everyone know I do not know Ethan's birthday. Legitimately.
I know every single one of my friends' birthdays.
I know you do. I don't. I just know.
Yeah, I'm a good friend.
You're a good friend. Yeah, I don't care. I barely remember my own.
Well, speaking of good friends, one of my favorite dynamics is Nadeshiko and Rin. Who saw this coming? Shimarin and Nadeshiko.
No way.
Just fucking adorable. I don't know. Like I said, it's just a really adorable dynamic. Shimarin's obviously a kudere. She's like very distant and like cold. But she really does care about Nadeshiko, and it's very obvious in the Nadeshiko solo camping episode, which you need to watch, Hadrian. I know you're behind.
Yes.
But it was such an adorable episode, man. Like, you just see how much she cares for Nadeshiko, even though she acts like she doesn't. And Nadeshiko obviously just loves everybody, and she has an obsession with Shimarin. They are lovers. I'm calling it now. Like I said, this is my fan fiction. No, but to be fair, in this mangaka's other work, it's a yuri basically. Like they're the main characters are lesbian, so it's pretty funny. So it could happen in Yuri camp. That's all I'm saying. It will turn into Yuri camp eventually. But yeah, aside from the obvious one, you brought up Mono. I think Adaragi and Oigi especially have this really cool dynamic, and I mean, pretty obvious why they have such a cool dynamic. I won't spoil it for the people that maybe want to watch Monogatari, but it's with them, they just play off each other like almost like extremely well. They both know everything basically, and it makes sense why. And if there's an answer that Adaragi doesn't have, then Oigi's like, no, you have the answer, don't worry, man. And it's like so dope. And like it plays off like basically opposite of Adaragi and Hanekawa, where she has the answers and he doesn't. So I really like that. And obviously Adaragi and Kishot, just awesome, great. Awesome, just dynamic between them two. And Kaiki, my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, second favorite character of all time because Foss took it over. But his with Nadeko, I think that just his simple exchanges with her alone, it's like, 'cause he's the world's greatest con man, and the way he conned her was just by being truthful, and I love that. It's like he was literally just telling her the truth. He never lied to her basically. And I thought that was awesome. It was like the greatest lie he told was to himself, and I was like, man, this is awesome. He's such a cool character. I suggest everybody just go watch Monogatari if you haven't.
Yeah, and then there was one more in Mono that doesn't get talked about. I talked about it like a few days ago, but it was Shinobu and Kanburu. They're seen in, was it Shinobu Mail or was it Shinobu Time?
Shinobu Mail.
That was. I absolutely love that, and I wish we got more of the both of them, but we unfortunately didn't.
Yeah, they don't get much. A lot of the characters in there, like I said, sadly don't get like too many with each other. Like obviously Hachikuji is only like restricted to Adaragi, so it's like, you know. What other dynamics? Because I know we're spending a lot of time on this one, and we have plenty more questions to go through, but
Miku and my heart.
I have one. Iskander and Waver from the Fate series. That was a very good dynamic. I don't know if you guys have seen Fate.
Which one?
Fate Zero specifically.
Jake has.
Fate Zero.
Fate Zero, and then who was this?
Ryder and Waver.
Oh, okay.
They were my absolute favorite duo from the Fate series, and I still have to watch Unlimited Blade Works, but for some reason I can't, because I just can't get through it.
Just can't get through it? Oh, you're missing out, dude. You need to get to opening 2.
I know.
Jake, do you think it'd be fair for me to say Nobunobu, Sakamoto, and Katsuda? Because they had a fucking awesome dynamic.
Their dynamic was in Silver Soul.
I know. Well, I loved it, and like I said, it was like they it was so good, man. I don't know.
Because they
like
really
I
showed
said,
him how to
Nobunobu
be
was such
leader.
a yeah. I mean, they showed him how to be a leader. Then they genuinely cared about him. Towards the end of it, and like it was so heartbreaking to see. I just love that dynamic. Like I said, especially Gintama just has so many cool dynamics. You can name any single pairing in that show, and it would work because everybody plays off each other so fucking well. So yeah. I think that's for dynamics. We can go on all day, but I think we need to get into the other questions.
I can't think of anything else. Never mind. Go on ahead.
No. All right. So we have the next one from at TR2MA. Then they ask opinions on using CGI in anime.
Oh, that's the boy Trema.
Or Trema, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
Opinions on CGI in anime? I don't really mind it, honestly. Unless it's obviously done horribly, like our favorite show X-Arm.
Oh, dude, that's perfect. Don't even insult
That's
X-Arm
literally
like that.
peak fiction right there and peak animation.
I heard Land of the Lustrous is all CGI, so
Yeah,
I've heard amazing
I don't know if you've
things
seen
about it.
Beastars, but it's the same studio.
Yeah, I've heard great things about those two, so
Be
I don't really mind it. And then of course the Attack on Titan CGI. I've never thought it was terrible, like a lot of people do, but it's pretty solid. I don't mind it at all.
depends on which CGI you're talking about. Are you talking about the season 2 Colossal one, the season 3 Colossal, or the season 4?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say my thing with CGI, I don't mind CGI at all. Like people blow their load when like CGI is in a show, regardless of how it looks. And it's like you should be fine with if it looks good or even just like fine. Like it's fine if it doesn't look like out of this world. Like Goblin Slayer, you can tell he's CGI in the scenes, but I'm like, what? It's fine. It doesn't take me out of the show at all. It's just like he was too hard to fucking draw in this fully armored suit, so they just use CGI for those specific scenes, and that doesn't bother me. But when you have things like Jake said, the Colossal Titan, where it is just so absurdly just like not just real looking, at least within the show, then it's really jarring. Like
He's talking about
the whole
season
thing
3,
with
by the way. I'm just gonna clarify. He's talking about
season 3. Sorry,
Yeah.
with the what's his face, the crawling Titan, the one that was crawling through the fucking dirt, and it just looked like a PS2 character. And then the Colossal Titan, obviously, just when he wasn't being hand drawn, he looked like dog shit. So, and I love season 3, mind you. Season 3 is awesome, but that is probably the biggest hindrance to it, is that its CGI was not good.
But
So you have instances like that, but then you have Hoseki no Kuni, which I've stated before is the most visually stunning show I've ever seen, and it's all CG. Like Orange does sometimes hand draw some of the scenes, and you can tell when it's hand drawn, but for the most part, it's all 3D. And they even do the thing with X-Arm where there's some 2D scenes, but it's like so seamlessly thrown together you can hardly tell. So, like I said, if they can do it like that, and Orange does that flawlessly, like with Beastars and Hoseki no Kuni, CGI is great, and I do see it being like not the future of anime, but it's going to be a very big faucet of anime from now on, where there's going to be a big subsect of anime being CG only, and it's hard to tell. Like I said, Hoseki no Kuni, it's sometimes hard to tell it's CG, so it's that good.
And we could be seeing maybe a breakthrough with the new Godzilla anime with Bones and Orange coming
Bones
together.
and Orange.
You could see how
Wait, what?
a studio that's very adept at 2D animation and drawings compared to a CGI centric studio as in Orange. So it was going to be such a treat to see if it's good. I expect it to be good. I don't think it's going to be bad, but I want to see if it's going to be great and see if people are going to start
It's a
using it more.
Godzilla anime.
Yeah, it's a Godzilla anime. They announced it a while ago. I'm surprised you haven't seen it. It's a collaboration between Bones and Orange, which is like the most elite fucking pairing I've ever seen. Yeah, so like it's obvious where like they haven't shown the distribution, but it's obvious where it's going. Godzilla's going to be CG, which he has to be, and the rest of the show is going to be done by Bones, and they have their unique style, and it's going to mesh together perfectly, I think. And it's Godzilla, so you can just see him destroying shit, looking all cool.
Yep.
It's going to be colorful because it's Bones. I'm excited for that, and like Jake said, like I think that is honestly just a test anime. Basically, it's like they're testing to see how far they can push the limits with like combining the two, and I hope to God it works because that looks awesome. So, but yeah, like I said, I don't have a problem with CG just so long as it's not jarring, and most of the time it's not. Like Attack on Titan, there's only been like 2 or 3 times it's been jarring. And it's been less about the fact that it's CG and more the fact that they didn't use sounds or like color palettes well to make the CG blend in. So it's just things like that. But like I said, I mean, if CG is a faster way for them to get anime out, or if it's sometimes hate to do fights, because there's sometimes fight scenes that can only be done in CG, then yeah, I think it's fine to use.
Yeah, especially with season 4, because the Attack on Titan, those fights, that's probably like a good song, like another year trying to get that.
Yeah, some of those fights, it's like, yeah, you can get it done hand drawn, but it's like if people were bitching about wanting season 4 out, this is what you have to do, and it looks fine. It's just,
Yeah, well, people are still bitching either way. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're still gonna bitch, but that's Attack on Titan fans now. Like, so they're probably the worst fan base, if I'm being honest. Sorry, Attack on Titan fans, but you guys have proven this season that you were terrible. So yeah. So basically, I think, and to sum it all up, I think we're all fine with CG here. Just done. Like I said, I don't even think it has to be done flawlessly. Just passable, really. Like I said, there's very few times where I'm like, what the fuck is this CG? Like I said, slime with its weird ass whale, and whatever the other one you brought up, X-Arm, but that's just a nightmare.
that's just charm. Let's say that a good thing.
It's charm.
A good thing that like I would consider like sort of bad CG would be Dragon Ball Super, but the thing with that is that it didn't really take you out of the action that much. Because I think it was when Goku went blue, and you could tell everything was CG. But I mean, you didn't really take it out because it was really fast. What a Dragon Ball
fight.
Yeah,
there's a lot of times where they use CG just for really fast things. So it's like yeah, I mean that shouldn't bother anybody. And it's like if you have to pause it and then like slow it down to notice the CG, then that doesn't mean it's bad. That just means that you're analyzing it too much. If it looks fine in motion, that's all that matters. So. But yeah, like I said, CG's fine for the most part. For this next one, somebody's asked favorite anime because he likes basic questions. And that's SCACK _ SCAC, I guess. I think we've all said our favorites before, but I mean, we can give a quick refresher to everybody, the new listeners. Mine is a toss-up between Camp, Monogatari, and sometimes floating Gintama. So basically, I love all three of those like the kind of equally, but I'll always say Camp just because that's had a huge impact in my life. So. But I do love all their shows basically all like equally. I just don't really talk about Mono or Gintama that much.
Gintama is number one. You literally cannot tell me otherwise. When I see the movie, it's going to cement itself as number one.
Oh, I know, man. I'm so excited to see the final. Yeah. It's going to be so good.
It's the reviews that I've seen. It's just that's all I can say. There's I don't think
when you have two Does songs, dude. It's already a banger.
It's already a
two
banger.
Does songs. Two Does songs. That makes it a 10.
Yeah, that's the with the cast or the staff that they used to animate the movie. You can expect nothing less than greatness.
Yep, it's the fucking dream team.
Which I know we're gonna get.
Oh, it came out 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's just Japan, so we can't see it yet, but it'll be soon, hopefully.
When the Blu-rays come out.
A couple months.
That's when all the sites come out. All the pirates.
What about
you? Allegedly.
What about you, Hadrian? Yeah.
For me, it's pretty obvious probably. Toss up between Monogatari and of course Tuaru. I'm reading light novels for Tuaru currently, and I'm really enjoying them. So it might pass Mono, but we'll have to see because that's a whole 55 volumes and counting that I have to read, so it'll take some time. But
well, this is anime in specific. So
anime specific, still Mono and Tuaru. Hopefully we get an Index season 4 soon, and hopefully it's not like the dog shit Index season 3 because I even had to drop that show because I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, those two. Hopefully we get a season 4 soon.
Nice. All right, I was just looking at another one. I don't know why you skipped it. Well, I think we can give this one to you, this next one, and this comes from Just Love Claire. Thank you, Claire, for asking this. What is your most controversial take, Hadrian? So you want to lay that on us?
Yeah, my most controversial take, which you guys already know. Torador's a 5 out of 10. It's okay.
You can do better than that. Toradora is either loved or hated on like the general consensus.
What else? What other controversial takes do I have? Let me see. Your Name is not that good of a movie. I'm pretty sure that's not really a hot take, I don't think.
It's pretty loved, but I would say like maybe like on Anna Twitter or like I think maybe the not popular consensus, like, so like if you like look outside the casual anime fan lens, then yeah, people think it's not that great.
Oh, and you can back me up on this one. Kazuya from Rent a Girlfriend is a good main character.
Yes. I said I get why people think he's like bad at some points, but that's the point. It's kind of like he's not supposed to be a good person, and I always hate when people are like, look at him, like he's so fucking gross and weird. I'm like, yeah, he's supposed to.
That's how he is.
It's like you're supposed to like see parts of yourself in him and like, you know, cringe and like think it's awkward, and he's just an awkward like, you know, fucking virgin. And I mean, he has development. People keep saying he's like he hasn't developed, and it's like very clear. Yeah, he's still horny at times, but even then, like he's acknowledging that it's wrong, and then he's like, oh, hey, I'm also like putting this aside. Especially the movie arc that showed how good of a character he is.
Especially Mommy Chop,
he doesn't. People say he doesn't have any development. Did not read.
Yeah, that 100%. Pisses me off when people say that. I'm like, he's one of the most developed Harem protagonists. It's like he has gone through so much growth, and like especially the fucking movie arc, he put everybody else before himself. That was the whole entire point of the arc. Is like he's been selfish for so long, and then especially like, you know what I'm talking about, the towards the end of the arc where he just walks into the room, doesn't say a word, and just, you know, pushes a button. And I was like, oh my god, dude. I was like, love you, Kazuya. Because it's like he put somebody before himself for once, and it was like there was no ulterior motive. He just wants to help, and I like that. It's like he's a good character.
Do I have any other hot takes? Is thinking Darling in the Franxx is a decent anime a hot take?
That's a pretty hot take.
I mean, no. If you thought it was good, then yeah, that'd be hot. But it's fair to think it's decent, I guess. I mean, like I said, unless you think the ending was acceptable, then no. But it was decent. You can say it was decent up to that point. I thought it was pretty below average until that point. So.
Oh, it was pretty good the first half. Then it went bad.
I enjoyed like the first 3 or so episodes, and then I enjoyed like 2 episodes maybe after that fact, and that was it.
Oh, and I'm guessing this is a hot take, but No Game No Life is not a good anime.
Same thing with that. Like I said, I think people are very split on it. They either love or hate it. Like I said, and I think it's just very overrated.
It's mostly because it's not getting to season 2. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, it has a good chance now. I mean, Devil is a Part-Timer just got a second season.
True.
So,
I am very excited for that.
I gotta watch
which was a shocker, honestly. But yeah, I mean, like the thing with No Game No Life, like I said, I don't think it's bad, but I'm not gonna be offended if somebody says it's bad, because it's like, you know, I don't really care that much about it. And like I said, it takes a long time to pick up. So, and when it picks up, it's just like, there's some things they get away with where you're like, okay. I was like, I suspended my disbelief pretty hard, and even then they're pushing it with some of this shit they do. I'm like, dude, they're just gamers, come on. So I don't know, I like the premise, and I kind of do hope it gets a season 2, because I like their absurd goal of wanting to defeat God, basically. I'm like, I like stupid ass goals like that, and it seems very achievable for them. So I kind of hope there's a season 2, but at the same time I think it's a very overrated show. So maybe you agree, Jake, but you said it's been a while since you've seen it.
It was like one of the first like 20 shows I've seen, so that's
fair.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah,
talking about like 4 or 5 years ago. That's when I watched it.
But that's it for your controversial takes, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I need to hear some of your controversial takes.
Mine? Yeah, actually, we can just drop our controversial. Jake, do you have any? Because I have to
think right now, because I don't know.
From the old think take.
I'll keep seeing.
I'm looking at my scores right now.
That's a good idea.
Well, I guess like I said with mine, Eva, I don't even think it's that bad. I still have it at like an 8, so I can't even really say it's controversial. I just think it's same thing with that, overrated and very contrived. I've said it so many times on here. I mean, hopefully people understand what I'm saying. Oh, well, this is maybe one. Kawadu fucking sucks. He was one of the lowest points of Evangelion. I am not homophobic, before anybody says that to me as a joke. But he is not a good character. I don't know why he's a fan favorite, because shouldn't really be a spoiler since Eva's pretty episodic. He's in there for one fucking episode, and they expect you to believe he has this huge of an impact on Shinji for no reason. And he's one of the final episodes too, and the last 2 episodes are so disjointed from the rest of the show that it just feels pointless. Like, his introduction and what he does for Shinji adds absolutely nothing to Shinji's character for the final. It's like nothing he taught him, nothing he added for him did anything to help Shinji overcome himself in the final parts of the show. It's like he added absolutely nothing. And yeah, I mean, what he stands for as a character makes absolutely no sense. It's like he's very underwhelming. He has a cool introduction, but then he is very underwhelming. And yeah, I know people like him because of the rebuilds, but yeah, he's not a very good character. I'm sorry. And Rei is also not even that good of a character either. Asuka, Misato, Kaji, and I think Reki is his name, are the best characters in Evangelion. So, yep.
I still haven't seen that show.
I mean, I suggest it. Like, I didn't hate it, but again, like I said, I think my biggest gripe with it is that I might make a video on it, by the way, self-plug on YouTube, Kikazu. I think it has an identity crisis.
Okay.
It's because it's episodic, but then there's also like an underlying plot going on. So there's times where like it's a full-fledged mecha anime where they're beating the shit out of aliens, and they don't really have any like psychological plot going on, or like them trying to make Shinji overcome something crazy. And Shinji's just a normal person, and then the next episode they're like, Shinji, look inside yourself, stop being suicidal, and then he goes through like this whole like mind trip, and then like reflecting on everything that's happened in the show. And then the next episode they're doing a ballet dance beating the shit out of aliens. So it's like they don't know what they want to do each episode, and I don't know, like I said, so it feels very disjointed, and a lot of the things that happen just feel like they have no point. So that's my thing with Evangelion. It just feels like there's no point to the show. Jake, you can give a hot take before I bring up another one.
I'm looking at my list, and I don't even think I even have hot takes.
Yeah, your hot take is that you think Punchline's a 4.5.
Well, I mean, it's like a 5 or a 6, maybe.
Well, maybe you agree with this one. Tokyo Godfathers is like a 6 or a 7 for me. It's a really highly regarded Satoshi Kon film, but I just thought it was okay. And you saw it with me.
I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty good. I would give it like a 7. I would just give it like 1 up you, but like not like that much.
Yeah,
because I mean,
I don't know why people. Yeah, they gave it like 9s and 10s, and I'm like, I don't really understand why. It's like it's a cute. It just felt like a cute Christmas movie. I don't think there was any crazy themes. Like the only thing I can think of is that it was ahead of its time with like transgender representation, and it handled it pretty surprisingly well for being 2003. But aside from that, I don't think the movie did anything for me. So yeah, it's just an okay movie.
We making fun of it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, like we usually do, but we still like movies despite that fact. So
true.
It's like, I don't know.
Oh, man.
But yes, I mean, when we dislike it, like I said with Star Wars, dude, that was the funniest fucking experience where we just shitting on the movie the whole time.
Oh no!
It was so funny.
Hey, can we get spoilers for people that haven't actually seen it?
For Star Wars?
There's always that one person, right? When Kylo Ren freaking died,
spoiler warning,
and we freaking started laughing when everyone was like,
"Oh, dude, we almost got kicked out." Yeah, or not almost got kicked out, but I'm sure we should have, because we started laughing our asses off. I think it started out of my chair. Oh no, not Kylo Ren. Remember when his Chewbacca, he blew up in his fucking ship? Dude, I almost started crying. Remember? I was like, he's gonna fucking die. I told you that beforehand, and then the ship blew up. I got out of my chair and started laughing. I was so it was so funny.
When what was it? The black character just looks up in the sky and all of a sudden just blows up.
Yeah, Finn. Yeah, it was so funny, dude. Was that supposed to be funny? I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, back on the topic of anime. Maybe a controversial take, since people love Ghibli films. Grave of the Fireflies fucking sucks. It's not a good movie.
Ooh. I remember I was forced to watch that in class.
Did you like it?
I fell asleep.
Okay, good. I don't know. It's supposed to be about like according to, again, this is what pissed me off the most. Like, the theme that he's trying to express does not come across well at all. Because it's about, a teen and his sisters during World War II. I did think the movie was going to be different from it. I thought it was going to be like the aftermath of the nuke, or the aftermath of the nukes, but it wasn't. It was more about like carpet bombing, and the nukes were kind of just a side thing. They don't even bring it up, actually. So it just pisses me off because the main character made so many bad choices, and it wasn't even like because of the situation. He was just an arrogant prick, and he did not know when to just shut the fuck up and accept like people's help. And the movie tries to play it off as like, look at the world's doing to him, look at what war caused this. I'm like, no, that's just him being an asshole. So he causes everybody around him to die. He dies himself, and according to the creator, he's like, it's supposed to evoke sympathy in teens so they can like relate to what he's going through. And I'm like, no, that's not at all the message you're getting across. It seems like you were just blaming everybody else for this guy's bad choices, and it just pissed me off. I think me and Tel had a very long discussion about this a few episodes ago, where it was like, what, episode 17, I think, or 18. Regardless, he's just a horrible main character. He's one of my least favorite characters. I made a list of it before, and sorry if you guys like Grave of the Fireflies out there. It was well directed and did have good animation because it's Ghibli. That's the only saving graces of the movie for me. Other than that, fucking terrible. Bad movie.
If you want a good movie that's sort of like the same premise, but except the guy's not like, a psychopath, watch In This Corner of the World. It's pretty good.
Yep, I've been recommended that so many times.
Yeah.
Because I've mentioned I hate it. Or Grave of the Fireflies, I mean.
Yeah, but you'll probably get... It'll be much better than that, because the way you describe it to me, it's nothing like that. It follows the story, but, I mean, there's a lot more better things and more events that happen.
Well, please tell me you have your controversial take up now, Jake.
I don't.
You gotta have something.
I'm looking through my list.
I have one if he's still looking.
Well, yeah, I mean, bring up another one.
I don't think KyoAni is a top tier studio.
Kyoto?
I mean, I can't really refute that because I've only seen like 3 of their series.
To be fair, I've seen three, I guess, films and anime. Silent Voice, good, very good actually. Hyoka has been on indefinite hold since last April, and then the other one was Chunibyo. I absolutely hate that anime.
Which one?
And it's Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, the one with Rika, the girl with the eye patch.
Oh,
I hate that anime. She's super annoying to me. The other male lead is super annoying. And I can think of like a bunch of other studios that are better, in my opinion. Shaft, Bones, Ufotable. I'll even say Cloverworks because they've been doing great. Wit. I don't know. In my opinion, there's a lot of better studios. I see them. Mappa, of course. They get like a bunch of love from people, but I just have not seen the hype in them.
So before you go on, all the studios that you've said all are involved in shonen anime shows, and they all deal with like fight scenes most of the time, and those were the studios that have the best fight scenes in my opinion. So is there a correlation between that?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I'm not really like a big shonen person. Like with the fight scenes and everything, I really like romance slice of lives. I just don't know why Kyoto Animation is not hitting for me, even though it should, given what I've watched. It doesn't make any sense.
But you have only seen 3 shows, which I mean, the Silent Voice was a good one.
Same with all of us here, I think.
Yeah. Or not me. I've seen Violet Evergarden, K-On, some more.
Right.
I'm trying to look through my list. But I mean...
you've seen 11. Jesus.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Beyond the Boundaries.
Beyond the
KyoAni.
Boundary as well, yeah.
Oh, and Full Metal Panic.
Full Metal Panic was... Oh, yeah, I forgot the first one was like that.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I wouldn't put Kyoto Animation as one of my favorite studios. I just like them because you can tell how much heart they put into every single one of their works. Like, so you'll get good quality from like almost everything they do. I'm not like ever blown away. I think Nichijou was honestly like the most like fun one I saw from them. Like, I just love how accurate they translated it from the manga, because it looks like spot on, and that art style and everything is just so cute, and they put so much love into the show. So like with that, like I love the shows that they made, because Nichijou's top 10 for me. Silent Voice is one of my favorite anime movies, both Kyoto Animations. But it's like less of the studio themselves and more of, you know, the narrative and the characters rather than the animation. So I get it, but you know, I'm looking at it, realizing I do have a lot of actually some controversial takes. I've mentioned it before. Steins Gate Zero better than Steins Gate. I'll stand by that. It's much better than Steins Gate. So, Jake, you there?
I'm still here.
Are you mad about that?
I'm not really.
Okay.
I mean,
I
you're
know
up
you
to your
disagree,
own opinion. I mean, like, because
I just know people like hate Zero for some reason.
I don't
like, it
hate
feels
Zero
unnecessary.
at all.
I'm like, it is one. It's like I don't know why people say it's unnecessary. It's like, I guess you could have lived without seeing how Operation Scold is carried out, but it's still pretty fucking cool to see how it's carried out. And I think it's a better character journey for like Okabe, because maybe it's unpopular. I think why I love Okabe so much is from Zero rather than Steins Gate, because he goes kind of through a journey in Steins Gate, but it's more like he has an obsession with saving everybody, and then at the end he succeeds in it, so it doesn't really feel like, you know, much was changed. In Zero, he failed in saving, you know, Makise, and you see him struggling with PTSD. He's like pushing everybody away. He's not even doing time travel anymore, and it makes his return to form in episode 23 all the better, because like I got chills when Hoenn Kiyoma came back. It was fucking awesome.
Zero?
So like yeah, like it made, like, I think that was probably the moment that solidified Zero being better for me. It's because it's like when you see the return of this character that I think people thought was annoying in Steins Gate, Hoenn Kiyoma, however he fucking says it. He's pretty annoying, yeah, because I mean that's his character, that's what it's supposed to be. But it's so like endearing and heartwarming to see when it comes back in Zero that you're like, I literally kind of like clapped. I was like, dude, I'm so excited he's back now. It's so cool. I don't know. I think Zero did a lot for Okabe's character. I mean, I hated when they went to the future for a bit because it was just a little dumb. But other than that, it was fine. I think it was a good sequel series. And we're getting Steins Gate news in a week. I don't know if you saw, Jake.
Yeah, I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I look forward to that. Yeah, please tell me you found some controversial takes now, Jake. You have to have some, dude.
I don't know if I have.
Like, just think of anything, like characters, shows. You have to have something. Everybody has controversial takes, like, or unpopular.
Well,
opinions.
like you know a lot of my opinions, and they're kind of like they're really not horrible. At least I don't think. I don't think they're controversial.
Well, you have any more, Hadrian? We are spending a lot of time on controversial takes, but I do like that topic. So,
maybe one of these is as time has gone on, Konosuba has been falling down my rankings because I don't find it as funny anymore. I don't know.
I feel that.
I don't know if that's controversial, but
But
it was cool when it was one of the first anime I watched. But now it's like.
The movie was great, but yeah, I mean, when I look back in the show, I'm like, I'm trying to remember like things from it, but then I just realized that I forget a lot of it. There's really funny scenes, but then it's like at the same time, it's like I don't think I'd ever put it in my top 20. It's like a 9 for me, but you know,
it's a 9 because of the comedy.
Yeah,
and especially because I mean our humor is hasn't changed at all, so that's probably why it's gonna probably stay up.
Yeah, I think you're. Well, I don't know. A lot of people hate 5 centimeters per second, so, and it seems like you liked it.
I hated the ending because I mean it was a great ending, but I just didn't want it to happen. That kind of thing. Because it's one of those things that like you expect it to happen and it doesn't happen and you just get sad.
Well, I have controversial takes. Why the fuck do you have Eromanga Sensei in New Game at 7? Huh?
Wait, hold on.
Why not?
Dude,
You could
hold
explain
on.
that, Jake?
Whoa! New game at 7.
Hold on.
Whoa!
I was doing this on my phone. That's why. I don't even know where New Game is. Eromanga Sensei, I was supposed to have it at whatchamacallit, a 6.9.
Out of what?
Nice.
Okay.
So sorry about that. I think I moved it up by accident.
Another controversial take, I guess, is Angel Beats isn't a good anime.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
that's it. Come on, dude. That's what the fuck is wrong with you?
I know a lot of people say that. It's one of my first shows, and maybe that's why. I mean, I have a very strong attachment to it. I don't think it's like fantastic or flawless, but I don't know. I think it was good.
I got it at a 5 out of 10, but I think it was because I went with very high expectations going into it.
I had none.
So. Yeah, it's because I heard it was one of the best animes for some reason on Reddit.
Yeah, it's highly regarded. I think it's fallen off throughout the years. So I mean, I don't know why. I don't know who's saying it's the best now, but like definitely when I watched it back in like 2012, people were definitely saying that.
And I was pretty upset they killed my favorite character off first. So
yeah, I don't know. I remember because like I think that's also one of the things that showed me how deep anime can get. Because I was like 12. And when the ending happened, it took me about an hour to realize what the fuck the ending was implicating. And once I realized, I started crying. I was like, down. I was like, I'm 11 and this is deep. It was that mean. But yeah, it was good. So I mean, I don't know. I'm never gonna tell anybody they have bad taste for thinking it's bad. But I liked it. It has a special place in my heart. And I guess for my final controversial take, I mentioned it before, Takasugi's not even top 10 in Gintama. To be fair, I have not read Silver Soul Aftermath, but it just pisses me off that people think even pre-300 that he's top 10 and top 5, or even the best character. And I still think regardless of what he does in Aftermath, if you have him above Gintoki, you're an idiot. I think hopefully you can agree, Jake. I think if you have anybody above Gintoki in Gintama rankings, you're stupid.
Yeah, Gintoki is the best character in that series. But it's not to say that the characters are bad. It's just that Gintoki is that much
None
better.
of the other characters are, they're not bad. It's just Gintoki is like I said, like most main characters in other shows, you're like, they're cool, but I want to see the side characters. No, in Gintama, it's like you want to see the main characters. It's like I think I told you, Jake, before. I don't know why, but like in Farewell Shinsen Gumi, because like for the first 3 episodes, Gintoki and them aren't really relevant, or they're kind of missing. Once they finally show up on the boat, dude, I got hype as fuck, and I was like, I don't know why I'm getting hyped. They're the main characters. Of course they're gonna show up, but I showed how much I like them.
It shows how much you like it, but it also shows how much the character the show still functions even when he's not around. But he does have a.
I want his impact on everybody, and it's like what I've said with Gintoki. He doesn't really have development. He's a developed character, and I think that's what's so cool about him. It's just like he doesn't really undergo growth or anything. It's just he gets more friends around him, and basically all he does is just like, oh, okay, I have friends, and I understand that, but it's not really development. So I think that's what makes him so cool. It's like from the beginning to the end, he has these ideals that he holds steadfast, and he sees them through to the end, and he helps everybody regardless of what happens to him.
Yeah, I think more of the show is just showing them what he's done in the past and what he's doing now in the future with his newfound group, because especially since he's
it shows how he develops, but it shows how he developed. It just never does that thing. Takasugi has development, and that's why I think he's like fine now. I think you can think he's a good character, but again, like I said, I think saying he's the best or like top 10 even pre-SA is just stupid. He does nothing besides stand around and look cool. The show even jokes about it, where he's like second place in the popularity poll, and he did nothing besides stand there and look cool. They joke about it, but it's so stupid.
You can't deny his design is cool.
He's a cool character, but it's like, how far can cool take you in Tama especially? That's a character-driven show.
I mean,
it's like it's insulting to everybody else to say Takasugi's better when he didn't even contribute in any of the villain arcs.
I mean,
so I don't know. I didn't even see him as a villain. It was just annoying.
Darlene the Franxx, the best character is 02. And what does she do? She turned into a giant mech. Just saying.
Yeah, but she was a central character. I'm saying Takasugi, dude. he wasn't even relevant. He had one cool episode with Kamui, but that episode was mostly cool because of Kamui. So,
Right, I mean, he
yeah.
busted him out
I
of
don't know.
prison. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I mean, that whole episode was cool. I mean, like, Takasugi was cool in that, but that's one episode out of, 300. So, I don't know. Like, he's cool in SA, but I think what really made SA for me was Gintoki, not Takasugi. I think Takasugi shined for me in Rakio. So, hopefully hopefully my perspective changes when I get to Aftermath. I kind of can already tell what's going to happen to him, and I am going to be sad, but we'll have to see.
But what happens
yeah, I think
in
that's my
the conversations
controversial
that take place, that's where it's going to be bad.
Oh, dude, I know. I've seen only one page of Aftermath. And
Which one was it?
Yeah, you've kind of showed me. Yeah, I mean, you've shown me that it's just two characters just looking off, in the distance.
Oh, my
I can already tell what's gonna happen with
My
that.
wallpaper.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so devastated, man. It's gonna hurt.
It's going to hurt,
I'm
dude.
not ready.
Oh, it's going to hurt so much. Especially the last line at the end. Oh, it's going to hurt. Dude, don't remind
well,
me. I'm going to start crying right now.
That's your defense mechanism. We've still been on fucking these viewer questions, but like I said, I think that's this whole episode. So I think we can jump into this next one though. I guess we can answer this one from @_Carnage_76. Thank you, Carnage. He's asking, are there some big projects in the works for the podcast? And I think I've mentioned this before, Jake. I think we want to start making YouTube videos, basically. I don't know how often, but just extra side content for the podcast that isn't podcast related, so like video essays and stuff like that. Because Hadrian over here also is doing YouTube videos now too, along with me. It's very fun, I think.
It's literally just so fun to do.
Yeah, it's like video essays. I'm picking up the pace more. It's just topics I like to do. I'm not even necessarily trying to get on relevant anime or anything like that. Maybe the podcast one can be more about relevant topics going on, or maybe ranking videos. I've asked before, on Twitter, what you guys want the content to be about. So, we'll make videos on whatever you guys want, but I think having collaborative content between, me, Jake, and Tell, or, we can have Hadrian come on sometimes for those videos, or just, whatever we decide to do with the YouTube channel, I think it would be super fun.
I would like to see you guys, open figures or manga halls or whatever. That would be cool.
Or manga shelves?
Manga
manga
well, I mean,
halls.
my hauls are always small, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I would have to change the way I buy, because I buy every week, but one thing at a time, or one or two things at a time. So
you can make it a monthly thing.
yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know how you feel, Jake, or what things you want to do with the pod.
I mean, I think I like, because I've been trying to start getting a presence, trying to get more community engagement in the Discord. So that's what I want. That's what I want to kind of focus on. It's more on the fan interaction, because I think that's what's gonna make us. It's gonna make us grow even better, and people seeing us as someone we can talk to, I think would be great.
Yeah, you can't approach Kazu anymore. His ego's too big.
I know, dude. I'm fucking through the roof. I'm way above you peasants right now.
Yeah, big ego,
The
but
tweet
he's
is at
small.
137,000 likes, by the way, boys.
Wow.
That's
yes,
so
boys.
stupid.
It's so funny. But yeah, like I said, aside from that, with our Patreon too, again, like I said, our patreon.com/askcast. Become a patron today. Self-plug.
Self-plug.
We're going to be doing
Done
content on there
anything.
still too. Like I said, our bonus episodes we'll continue doing. And I mean, yeah, we only have one out right now, but we will make sure we put out more for you guys, because we do want patrons to come through. And it's not necessary, but like I said, it would help us out a lot. We're putting a lot of money into this pod, believe it or not. So it would definitely, help us out to see some returns from it. But I mean, it's not guaranteed, or not guaranteed. It's not necessary. And you don't even have to feel like that's the way to help us. The best way to help us is by listening and watching on YouTube.
And giving us a like.
But yeah, giving us
And
likes.
I'm also becoming a permanent cast member.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be on mute every episode, but he'll be here.
For all the YouTube peeps, please like, comment, and subscribe. I had to plug that in, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and turn on post notifications.
You already know.
And maybe this isn't a project, but I think like some alterations I wanted to make some of the bigger episodes. Like the tier list ones, I think I want to have like that be like a bigger event thing now. So like we'll have guests on, so like Hadrian, or like guests we'll have on, in the future. And my brother, because he comes on whenever we need him. We can have more diverse array of opinions. It'll be less options obviously on the tier list, but it'll get more people talking. I think it'll be more fun. If we get in contact with any YouTubers or people in the animated community outside of Twitter, or even big presences on Twitter, it'd be fun to have them on like these tier lists or brackets or big discussions. So like there's some bigger episodes I think that would be fun to put together.
So I think we what we could do also is like with the tier list, like do a fan voted tier list, but we don't show the results until the episode airs, so force people to watch it.
We discuss her. Yeah, God.
They got to come in. Is how we recommend.
True. I mean, they got to come in now and see if their questions were answered. Mind you, half these questions were dog shit. Sorry to our fans out there, but
like, look at what was this? By 9 sexplosive sex ?
Oh.
With who?
Yeah, I think sex.
Like, what does this mean?
No, that's not even the worst one on there.
It's not.
One about.
There's some pretty bad ones, yeah.
No, opinion or best scene in redo of a healer. From which episode?
When he cock slaps.
The cock slap is pretty funny.
That.
Flare, when he cock slaps Flare, that's the best scene, obviously. Mind you, I haven't got past like episode 4, so.
I stopped watching after 6.
That show's bad.
I've only seen the gifs.
And like watching is like very loosely. I'm not paying much attention to it.
And well, this next question I think is like semi-related. I mean, it feels like a backhanded question if I'm being honest, but like I get what they're asking. But this comes from at Abijanu from B-Man.
No, man.
I can't tell if this is like supposed to be a running question. He's your friend.
No, this is literally how he talks, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, he said, being such a weeb at this age, why are you still, quote unquote, wasting your time watching anime and reading manga? I mean, I get what he's saying, because mind you, he does clarify. He says, I get that it's a hobby, but where do you see your life going? What's next for you? What do you want to achieve? What's the real you like?
I mean, what you see is what you get. We don't really have any persona or fake
I don't
facades.
really put on a front.
Yeah, we're literally the same. If you join us in our little stupid little AMQs that we're going to start doing more frequently, or Among Us, if we ever play that again, we literally talk the same. Everything else is the same. Mind you, our humor is just a bit dark, but I mean, we can't really say that on the pod.
Well, as far as wasting our time, I guess, watching anime and reading manga, I mean, it's just because we like anime and manga. I don't think there's a age limit set to it, really, or like even like, a requirement for when you're supposed to stop it. Like, I don't know. It's just a hobby we like, and we wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
I know, it's like saying like if even though you're dedicating like anime and manga together, wouldn't that saying if someone reads a book, isn't that wasting your time, even if it's productive or not?
And it's like I said, I think I mean, it's not wasting the time to me. As I could have said, it brings you enjoyment and fulfillment. It's not a waste of time. I think there's no limit to how much you can spend on yourself to make yourself happy. That's the big thing. Because if you're not spending time on yourself, you're going to start becoming more depressed, and that's where you see a lot of people go. Yeah.
Let's get him real over here.
And where do we see our life going? I don't know, man. Like I said, just for now, we're doing the podcast. Like I said, I'm making videos. I'm not really sitting here expecting like things to blow up or take off. It'd be nice, but it's not like an expectation I'm setting. What do we want to achieve? Like I said, just success with the pod, I guess. I mean, doing it.
Considering that what's happened for our pod, I mean, we would say it's kind of successful right now for us by our standards.
Yeah, and it's already successful. Like I said, I think like we mentioned before, one person listening is fine. I said even like my YouTube. I mean, if I have like 100 people or 100 views per episode or video, I'm fine with that. It's like somebody's watching it, somebody's enjoying it. That's fine with me. That's an achievement. So
you got to think of it like there's 100 people listening to you talk. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's like weird because like I don't. It's like the wasting of time. It's just like it ticks me off the wrong way. That's that.
Yeah,
well,
like I said, got the like gist of what he's saying, but like I said, it's like there's no such thing as like wasting your time. Really, it's like if you have fun going and picking up rocks for 10 hours a day, that's not a waste of time. That's something you like doing, and that's who's to say that it's a waste of time. It's like I said, it's like if you sit down and you play games for 8 hours a day, but you enjoy it and you get some fulfillment out of it, it's not a waste of time, you know.
But
it's all
if
subjective.
you just stay inside and you're not doing anything, and then you get kicked out, maybe you got to rethink something.
Yeah, like if at least if there's negative repercussions or something, yeah, but like obviously not. I think we're all, pretty stable adults here, just with hobbies, like I said. So
adults,
semi-adults.
We're all adults here. Do what do you mean?
We'll call it semi, because we're not adults until we can go to a bar. That's when the real adult life starts.
Yep, almost time, baby. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I guess maybe the only thing I can answer that has a slightly different thing is what is the real you like? I don't know, off the pod, I guess, or like, when I'm not around friends, I'm pretty quiet. So, like, I'm very introverted and extroverted, I guess. It's like, I keep things to myself when I'm like around strangers or like maybe at work and stuff like that. But then when I'm with my friends, basically, then I'm like the complete opposite. I wouldn't say like one or the other is my true self. It's just both basically like faucets to myself. It's like, I'm comfortable around certain people, and then other times it's just like, I don't really want to waste time talking to, certain people about things like that. But like I said, what I'm saying on the pod, I'm not really trying to put on a front or a personality or anything. I'm just talking.
Well, for me, like, I'm probably way more introverted than you. Mind you, like, I don't really talk to people, but like, people like start talking to me for no reason, and then I end up just like start talking to them on the daily. That's like, it's kind of like the thing, especially when I was working with you at Target.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Self-docs like that.
Self-docs, let's go. No, dude, like everyone in the front knew me. They just started conversating with me. I'm like, are you serious? Stop talking to me.
But I mean, I don't know if you guys have any other answers to that question.
I mean, I guess I'll answer it for me. Where do I see my life going? In college, it's a waste of time, in my opinion, but it'll get me a degree, I guess. That'll work. What I want to achieve, just have a stable job. I'm studying nursing, so that's pretty much as stable as you can get.
Hey, dude, this guy's a fucking nurse over here.
Yeah, and I'm Filipino. Who would have thought?
And dude, double whammy. And he's 5'2". Can you believe it?
I'm 5'10", bro.
5'2", dude? Are you serious, dude?
Yeah, this guy's 5'2", man.
How are you supposed to replace tail like that? Like, we need you to pump those numbers up, dude.
Alright.
Put some heels on or something.
And then the real me?
Shit.
Some heels.
And a wig, dude. A wig and a dress, too, maybe. And some red lipstick,
Okay.
And then you can come over to our place.
The real me?
And over here and
oh, man.
where we live. I don't want to dox us anymore.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you're trying to hide that now. We've mentioned our state plenty of times.
Oh yeah, Arizona. I forgot.
Yeah, actually, we live in Hong Kong. Sorry.
That's why the episode comes up every Saturday. That's why we get internet.
Crazy Xi Jinping or whatever his name is.
Please, Hong Kong, don't deport us. Don't come after us.
What other questions are there?
Well, there is a final question we can ask, and it is, what have you boys been watching and reading recently?
Oh. Who wants to go first? I mean, I guess I'll
Wait,
go.
where is that?
Nope, that's our final question.
I fucking
Our
hate
usual segment. Did you not tell our... Dude, I'm segue like a
No,
god.
dude, I thought you were gonna say
away.
the one by Saigon, like who would win in a street fight.
No, that's a dumb question. That's a dumb question.
Yo, hey, Jake, this is one of the dudes who was getting on my ass for quote-unquote bullying Kazu, dude.
I know, that was so funny. Yeah, he was getting on fucking Hadrian, and then once he noticed that we're friends, now he's like, talking to us.
Oh,
and I'm like, dude.
His location is Europa. I see why.
Okay, well, anyways, the final question, like I said, is what have you boys been watching and reading? Hadrian, you can go first, since it sounded like you had something.
For watching, I am currently watching Hitman Reborn. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I've heard great things about it. The first 20 episodes were supposedly a gag anime, but then it becomes what people say is a top tier battle shonen. So we'll see. I've been reading a lot more. I've been reading Twin Star Exorcists, the new game manga, which is absolutely adorable. Boarding School Juliet, which is absolutely adorable as well. It's great. And of course, a certain magical index. So that is what I've been up to.
Well, I've been I've been watching my regular seasonal, so nothing new. But as far as manga go, I'm reading Yotsuba. I mentioned that last week. Love Yotsuba. And I tried catching up on Rent a Girlfriend. I'm like halfway through, I guess, the Chizuru date arc that's going on right now. And then I also caught up. Mind you, it was 3 chapters, but I read Unparalleled Memamori-kun yesterday. And it's fucking great. It's a body swap, gender swap anime, or anime manga. It's fucking, it's nice. Like I said, I've mentioned it before. I think it's if you turn into a girl, would you let the bros hit? You know, that's what the manga is. That's the premise.
Wait, what's the genre for it?
I think it's just bodies gender swap. It's sort of like, I mean, I guess you can call it like a romance or something, because dude changes gender to a girl, and then his best friend falls in love with him, and then there's an underclassman that was in love with him when he was a guy.
Nice.
But now it's kind of like a Yuri now, because she's in love with him when he's a girl now. It's so weird. It's a stupid manga. It's like a rom-com, I guess you can call it. I read it because I liked the main character's design. So, and what else have I been reading? I think that's it. Yeah, I've just been buying manga that I haven't touched. And I've been reading Mono like usual. Mono as in Afro Mono from the same mangaka as Camp, not Monogatari.
I'm just reading, or not reading. I'm not reading anything. I'm just, My Hero. I'm about to be done with Wolf Gravestone. I'm 2 chapters left, but they're also like a lot of pages. So I'll probably get that done probably tonight before I go to bed. But the seasonals. I gotta catch up on Promised Neverland because I'm like 3 episodes behind. But that is such a shit show right now.
Do you really want to catch up?
I want to catch up because I want to see what happens. My curiosity is killing me.
Well, if you guys want to see what happens on our bonus episodes, you can go ahead and become patrons over on patreon.com/askcast.
You said episodes. There's no S at the end.
Whoa, there's going to be one. If they're listening to this in the future, that there's going to be more out. So it works still. But if you want to hear our bonus episodes, go ahead and head on over to patreon.com/askcast. We're going to be putting out bonus episodes and content. We'd love to see you guys there. We'll read out your names, such as Hadrian over here. Again, he's a guest. We'll pretend like he's not on the pod, and outdated. Thank you guys for being patrons. And you guys can also go ahead and support the podcast by listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube, all at Anime Safe Space. Again, our webcam episodes are available on YouTube. Jake's not going to have his active this episode because it died on him. I don't know why it keeps dying. But it's
my
there.
My camera sucks. It's a webcam, so probably in the next 2 weeks I'll be having an actual camera, so I won't die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but go ahead and support us over on YouTube, especially. Like I said, we're going to be putting out video content hopefully sometime in the future. We don't have anything set in stone or planned yet, but there definitely will be non-podcast related content posted, so that's something exciting to look forward to. And we're also on Discord, same thing, Anime Safe Space Discord. Our links are always down in the description. We'd love to see you guys come and join us. We do AMQ nights, we do movie nights, we do watch-alongs with anime,
XR watches,
all the good stuff. XR watches.
We're gonna be continuing the XR watches probably. And next week we're gonna be starting with episode 4 or episode 5 where we left off.
Oh,
and if you become a patron, you get a special role in our Discord servers. So if that's something you guys are interested in, like I said, eventually I think when we have like a certain amount of patrons, then we'll start doing members only specific things. But and also obviously our Twitter at Anime Safe Space. Go ahead and drop a follow on there. Feel free to tweet at any of us over on there. Suggestions, questions, anything you'd like, or if you just want to get a hold of us and talk to us. Again, we're always down to chat. But Man, my throat is parched, boys. But it was a good episode. Hadrian, you want to take us out?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching, and be sure to check out the old episodes, especially the one with with me in it, because I need it to be the most viewed episode. So go check it out.
All right. Tell, take us out now because that was a shitty one.
Hey, Garner, I'm right.